Chapter 16 is media support, and we will basically be covering adding video and audio to your pages. And as you all know, that is very common in web pages. Okay, so there is basically it's a matter of putting a video tag, and also notice that there is no close video tag. And if I scroll down, there's also an audio tag that does not have a close audio as well. Okay, so the video tag, many different options. Source right here tells you what the file is, what the video file is. There's OGG, but you could put MP4 and so many other video files as long as you can view them on a web page. Then we also have width and height, so you can actually specify the size of the video. And then there are other items like autoplay. And basically autoplay allows the video to automatically play as soon as the web page is loaded. You can also loop the file where the file will just, or the video will just repeat over and over. You also have screen controls where you can allow the user to stop or pause the video, and which is really helpful. You also have preload, which will have the video load as soon as the page is loaded. But also know, I mentioned earlier that we have autoplay where it'll automatically play the video. But if you don't have autoplay, the preload will load the video and just wait until you decide to play. And, that helps with, download speeds. If it's already downloading even before you play, well, that's helpful. There's error handling, which is basically on error. And then we really won't be covering that because there's lots of stuff we can do with that. There's also an option where you can display a message when the file is not in use, and that is called poster. And you see down here it says poster equals, and that's where an image file will be. Video image.png. Okay, and then again, we also have height, width, and you can actually include attributes or just information about the file. Okay, something I don't really like about the book is that it actually says that you must use OGG format video files, and well, no, you don't have to. They are open sourced, which means they are free, but it's not that you have to use it. You can use MP4 or any other, or many other file types. Okay, so here is the basically the code to include a video in your web pages: source, width, height, and autoplay. And then of course we can add all of these different attributes. Okay, so the book mentions that, we have autoplay, but as you may have experienced going to web pages, sometimes it's, you have an ad that automatically plays, and that's not always what the user wants, especially if you don't have the controls option. The user has no way to actually stop the video, but then you might actually lose that user because they're frustrated because they don't want to watch the video. Okay, and so basically here is the same line. We have video, we have the source, we have width, height, and autoplay like earlier. But in addition to that, inside the angle brackets, we have controls, so the user can pause or stop the video. Then we have preload, and remember that is so the video can load as soon as the page is loaded, whether or not the video is playing automatically. And I also put a line in the text as well here, because for some reason there's a big blank area, but it should be just preload equals and then auto. There shouldn't be a big blank there. And so, so there's the auto option to preload. Then we have the poster, and remember the poster is an image that represents the video, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And so here is an example of what you might see. Here's the controls on the bottom here, and you can play and mute and see the progress of the file. A little bit about the preload tag or attribute. Auto will let the browser decide if it's going to preload. And then the other options are none and metadata. None will stop all preloading activity, and metadata loads the information about the video, like length or dimensions. Then we also have audio, the audio tag, which basically plays audio. And it's pretty much the same as the video. You're just changing video to audio, but we have the different options or attributes, which is autoplay controls preload. The only thing is that, well, you really can't specify the width and height because it's just an audio file. Okay, and well, audio files, you are different reasons to create or use audio files. You can have background music in web pages. You can have sounds when you're doing navigation. You can just have where, you play different files. Maybe if you sample on a music website or something. Okay. Information about the different formats. The textbook mentions MP3 and WAV as audio files. And, just like images that we mentioned before, there's many different reasons, or it just depends on which one you use, depending on the different, properties of those sound files. So it has to do with compressing many times, because remember, compressing makes a file smaller. And when a file is smaller, well, it's going to load faster on your web page. If you have a file that's large, then it'll take longer to load and you might lose your visitor. So it's just a matter of, well, at what point is the quality of the audio important? So let's say you're on a website where you're sampling music. Well, you would probably want the quality better. But then again, another thing is that, sometimes people can't really tell the difference between the quality of audio. Some people can, because they are, I guess, you would call them audiophiles, but they just like better quality of music, and they would be able to tell the difference. So it's just a matter on, what quality and who your visitors are, to determine which file type you use. Okay, so, but also remember too, loading is just so important, load time. Okay, and here's the end of the chapter, and here are just more links for more information.